Hi, Bob Freeman here with MarineMax in Naples, Florida. I'm here today to show you the Boston Whaler 2018 38 Outrage 60th Anniversary Edition. Let's start with the profile of the boat. You've got the stainless steel insert into the rub reel, which is nice. And you'll see as we go down the side of the boat, there's a lot of freeboard. And the freeboard, as you get towards the bow, you're going to see the deep V hull, and it goes into the very large flare. So this boat is absolutely designed for deep water. So you can take this down to the Keys, you can take it into the ocean. You can go way offshore on this boat. It's going to handle pretty much anything that you're going to throw at her. So it's a white hull. It's got the silver boot stripe. You've got the large trim tabs for extra performance and handling. The dive ladder getting on. It doesn't have the bars coming down, so if you happen to have flip-flops, if you happen to have flippers for the if you're diving, you can just come in on the sides, and then when you're all done, you can just fold it up, put it away. Real convenient. Then it's powered by the Mercury Verado triple 350s, and as you can see here, it has the joystick operation on it. It gives you an incredible amount of performance, and we'll talk to you about that a little bit when we get back on the boat. It does have underwater lighting as well. So let's hop up board and see the rest. Here we are on board the 380, starting the cockpit back here. We've got, if you're out for a ride, if you're going to the beach, you've got real comfortable seating. You can hold 3 to 4 adults comfortably on this particular one here. And it also has a side jump seat for a couple of more adults on there. And if you are fishing for the day, they just fold right up, out of the way. So back here we have a real large, if you are fishing, you got a real large live well. You've got a partition off in the middle, so you can have 2 different types of bait. So you enough bait to get you through the day, no problem at all. Rod holders on the back. You've got storage in here. You've got a wash down, and then over here you've got the dive door. And it does a couple of things very, very well. If you are fishing, a lot of times when you're bringing the fish up over the gunnel, you lose them because they're completely out of the water, all the weight's on the line and hook, and you lose them. This way, they're still half in the water, you can just drag them through, and I slide them across into the fish box on the floor right here. I already have it open, and then I take the hook out. It's a lot easier, and it's cleaner for the boat doing it in here versus on the deck of the boat. Now, if you are not fishing and you're swimming, it's a great ladder, great way to get on and off the boat. The ladder, which is conveniently tucked right underneath the seat here, it just sets in and clips. It's a real easy installation on it, so it just hooks two hooks right in there, and then it's extremely easy to get on and off the boat. And they also added a grab bar that you can, as you're coming in, instead of grabbing the side of the boat to try to get in, you've got something to grip onto and really get yourself on the boat safely. So we've got 2 different features here. This is a cutting board, serving board, food trays. You know, it does a lot of different things. It's real teak. 4 drink holders on it, and then it converts into a really comfortable seat. 3 adults, no problem. Very high back, very comfortable all the way around the board on this. And then large storage under the seat here. So you can keep anything from fenders, lines, and all that kind of stuff out of the way right here. Up top on the back of the hardtop, we've got a shore shade. This piece here is automatic. It'll come all the way out and completely go over the back of the boat, and to keep the entire cockpit area here in the shade. And if you want the sun, it retracts in there. You don't even know it's up there. So really nice design here. You've got the LED lighting. You've got rocket launchers, 3 on each side. And over on this side, if you can just sneak in here, I've got a huge subwoofer and 2 speakers here, so the sound system is kicking, and it's going to be more than enough sound for you. And we also have the fridge and the freezer. So I can actually put a half a 10-pound bag in there. Keep the ice cold for drinks. And then as we move towards the helm, we've got the actual, this is a step down here. So if you're tall, you can have this folded up. I'm not tall, so it gives me an extra 5 inches down here, and it keeps me perfectly lined up for a beautiful viewing out the windshield. My eyes are right smack dab in the middle of it, so I've got great vision, and it's a nice feature. Traditional whaler steering wheel, plenty of room on the dash for two large chart plotters of your choice. You can Simrad, you got Marine. You've got you know, anybody, Garmin. You can put anybody you want on here. It's your choice, and that's why Whaler does it this way. You do have the auto trim, and what this is when you get up on plane, you can this will actually give you an auto trim right here. It'll trim the boat, and then you've got the digital throttle and shift, where if you're moving, once I move out of the slip, I just hit the one lever like this, and I put this down. This one now controls all 3 levers, so all the RPMs will always be exactly the same. It's much better for the engines to be matched up perfectly, and it's also easier for the captain to not be trying to get the RPMs to match up on the boats. It does have the joystick operation, which is an excellent feature on this boat. It does 3 things. It makes your docking extremely easy. I can go like this, and this boat will go sideways into a slip up against a current or wind or whatever. The more I push it, the more RPMs I get. It'll get you in, and then when you go to leave, you can push it right back out. I can turn it. I can drive it with it like this in the marina. It's got incredible handling. Now the second feature is it's got an auto heading, and what this does is when you have your GPS up here, it's got on the bottom, you have the little boat icon with a line that shoots out. So if I'm going to Key West, I'll expand out and I'll line the boat up, and the outside marker will be here. I'll line it up so the line goes right just off to the side of the marker, and then I'll hit it, and it's going to take me for the next 3.5 hours. It's going to take me exactly straight. I'm going to get there probably 20 to 25 minutes faster, and I'm going to burn less fuel, and it's a lot easier for me that I don't have to drive the boat in the whole time. So it's much more relaxing for me as far as the captain is concerned. And lastly, we have the skyhook. So if we're coming into a restaurant and we want to have dinner, they give me a port side tie. So I just move off to the side a little bit, I hit the skyhook button, and the GPS is going to lock me into within a 10-foot radius, and it'll keep me in that one spot, not floating around, not moving around, and that gives me plenty of time to put the fenders out, put the lines out, get all nice and prepared, not running around, not trying to reposition the boat because it moved away while I was trying to get the lines and the fenders out. So, and then when I'm all done, I take the skyhook off. I got my joystick. I can bring it in, sideways in, rear, backwards in. It's just, the system is just, it's been out long enough now where they've got this thing dialed in, and it's just a real great feature of the boat. As we come up here, we've got the Smart Craft, and we've got the active trim. The active trim is for the drives. So what happens if when you get up on plane and you get this, you level out your trim, you're going to get it into a certain position. It could be number 3, and then you're going to set it on number 3. And so every time you come on, once you get up on plane, you're just going to hit the button, and it's going to immediately go to that, and that's going to be the sweet spot for the engines, and it'll be on that sweet spot every time without you having to just adjust it and try to find it every time. You're going to know where this boat wants to be. So another nice feature, your Smart Craft. And it also has Seakeeper. It's a really great feature of this boat. It's a gyro, and what it will do, it takes out about 90% of the roll. So if we're out in 4 to 5 footers, and we've got a beam C, and it's doing this, as it starts to go one way, it stops it, and then it'll bring it back, and it starts to go the other way, it stops it. So instead of getting this, you only get a little bit. It makes for a much more comfortable ride for everybody on the boat. Well worth having it on the boat. Let's hop down to the cabin. Very comfortable. It's it'll sleep 2 adults very comfortable. Obviously this is a filler. It's set up as right now I've got it flipped over, but this will come in and make this a full sleeping area in here, or a sitting area as well. You get a vessel sink. And up here we got a microwave, so if you just need to heat some food up, so if you do stay overnight, you can heat up a cup of coffee or a cup of tea up there as well. It does that extremely well. Rod holders, really nice, down in the cabin, locked up, out of the way. And you'll also see this is the AC vent, and this boat has the upgraded diesel generator on it, and really just pumps out a ton of air on this boat. You've got the skylight above, which gives us natural light down here. We don't even have the lights on in here, and we still have very good lighting down here. And then you've got a separate dry head, which is real nice. So you've got a teak line floor, you've got the vacuum flush head, and then you've got the handheld shower on it, which is a place to hang up your swimsuits. You've got a window in there for fresh air and extra lighting if you need it. And just a nice feature for your guests and for you on the boat if you need to use the head. All right, as we move up, we're going to head towards the bow of the boat. So as we come along the side, you got recessed cleats, really nice. You don't get lines hooked on them or anything else, or your toes or fingers or anything else. Nice feature. You've got the padded bolsters all the way around, the chrome plated handrail all the way around, rod holders, non-skid up on top everywhere, wide area for walking around the gunnel if you need to. And then one of the great features of this boat, it's extremely comfortable. You can put 3 to 4 adults up here very comfortably. And it's a great, as long as it's not too rough out, it's a great place to ride on the boat. The engines in the back, you hardly even hear the noise of the engines on this boat. When you're sitting here, it's so quiet, it's incredible. You've got drink holders, place to plug your phone in, place to keep your phone right here. So huge sitting area here. And then when we pop this here, large storage. Now we've got it full because this boat has a full canvas package on it, but it's a place to keep it. And you also have sunshades. So you've got a sunshade that these poles down here will actually go into the forward rod holders, and it will completely keep this area here all shaded in this area here. So it goes up in about 2 minutes. It's a real nice, easy way. So you've got the shore shade in the back for shade, and you've got the sunshade up here. So if it's hot in summertime like it is now, you can get yourself out of the sun. It's a great feature. So great storage. You can never have enough storage on a boat, but nice to have and conveniently located for everything. So up here, great sitting area. You can put, I've had 8 adults up here comfortable, and the sun pad's on here now, but this is a teak table. And it's a beautiful teak table. It's unfinished. You can finish it if you want. But this will actually lower. We have a remote control, which is right over here. And I can hit this, and this will lower down and make this one big sun pad right here. So it's a nice feature. You have the remote control for your stereo. Again, place to plug in your USB right here. So you've got everything you need to sit up here and entertain up here without going back and forth to the back of the boat. So it's a great bow area. If you want to lounge, if you need more people that want to lounge, these just pop up. You got one on port, one on starboard. And then as I move up here, again, you've got the chrome-plated rails going all the way around. So everybody's got something to hold on to. So it's the rails are important. Up here, very large platform. So if you are fishing, the recessed cleats they're not a trip hazard. The anchor is recessed, so it's not a trip hazard as well. And then this is where your recessed anchor is. And you've got the remote control, which you can run the windlass from here, or you can run it from the helm as well. Freshwater wash down, rinsing the anchor and everything off right here. Another great feature on it with a light. And you know, as you look back to the back of the boat, it's just a gorgeous boat. The T-top on it covers all the way from the port side to the starboard side, so it gives you really good coverage as far as keeping you out of the sun if you don't want it. And it's just it does everything very well. So the draft is still shallow. It's a whaler. It's all foam filled. You can still get it into some fairly shallow areas. But what it's really meant for is taking this out into the Gulf, into the ocean, and not worry about running into deep water that You might go somewhere and it's nice, coming back it's a little rougher. This boat's going to handle it no matter what you do. So it's a great boat for here and basically for anywhere, you know, especially down in the Naples area and then down into the Keys as well. So if you've got any questions on it, my name is Bob Freeman. Please give me a call at 603-213-1194.